This review is for the Hyper Tough 12 volt max cordless reciprocating saw. Out of the box, this tool includes a 12 volt max cordless reciprocating saw, and comes with a 12 volt lithium ion battery, a charger for the battery, a 4-inch 24 teeth per inch metal cutting blade, a 6-inch 6 teeth per inch wood cutting blade, and the blades are marked metal or wood, a quick start instruction, and a full manual instruction manual. Attaching the charger to the battery is very easy. There is the charger port. I just plug in the charger in the port. And just line it up with the port and press, and that's it. That easy. And then plug it in. Attaching the battery to the saw is easy as well. You can only go one way. You just match the tab with the cutout in the saw and line it up, press in and push until you hear the click, and it's on. To dismount the battery, you just press on the tab and pull. Comes up. I think this tool is worth the investment because it's compact, and that's just one of the many reasons. I mean, even with the battery inserted, the saw is very small compared to standard saws. I mean, it's only barely a few inches long. I like the feature that the battery is inserted inside the handle, so that helps make it a compact tool. I like the shape and the design of the handle. It's solid, fills your hand, gives you a good grip because of the rubber finish, rubber coat, and the textured surface. So this side is textured, this side has grooves, and all of that help make it a non-slip handle. The other thing is it's cordless, so you're not limited to work sites that have only work sites that have a power outlet. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about tangled up extension cords. When you're ready to work, you just grab it and go wherever the work site is. The other feature I like is the LED work light. when you press on the trigger, it works like a flashlight, and it helps with work sites with low light. So that's another bonus feature. I also like the battery life indicator. Now, as you can see here, the battery is getting low, but normally it would have a green, orange, and red light depending on the life of the battery or the remaining life of the battery. So if it's green, that means it's fully charged, orange means halfway charged, and red means low charge and the battery is ready to be put on the charger. I think this is a good feature because it gives you a heads up before before you start the job, so you know how much battery you have. On the side here you have a lock switch. So normally when you don't press it, by default it's a lock. This way you don't accidentally trigger the saw, and this way you could eliminate any risk of injury or but to run the saw you have to press on it either with your index or your thumb. So you just have to press on it until you get the saw started. Once started, you can release it, but as soon as you release the trigger, it's back to default mode, which is brakes on, and the saw does not trigger accidentally, which I think is a good feature because this way when you grab the saw you don't accidentally turn it on, which could cause injury. So I think that's a good prevention measure. I also like the colors used in the design. Gray, black, and red. I think it matches the name brand. Hyper tough. As far as the function, I think there are a few good options. The first one is the multi-speed trigger. So you could start slow, and then as you press on the trigger, it increases the speed. So you press on the trigger to get it started, and then you just keep pressing. The more you press on the trigger, the faster it goes. And as soon as you release, it's back to brake mode. As far as inserting the blade, you just press on the two tabs on the blade holder, turn it counterclockwise, and then insert the blade with the teeth facing down in the little slot. There's a little slot for that, and let go, and that's it. And to disassemble, you just do the reverse. Press on the two tabs, on the blade holder, turn counterclockwise, and pull. And that's it. That easy. Another feature I'd like to point out about this saw is the angle design. Most reciprocating saws are straight, so as you're holding the saw, you're forced to twist your wrist as you're cutting your project, or as you're cutting your material. But with this one, you already have an angle that helps. This way, all you do, you keep your wrist straight and you hold it down as because as you see, even though the saw is at an angle, the blade is straight, so that helps keep your wrist straight and therefore eliminate injury or at least discomfort. So another positive feature and another advantage to the hyper tough reciprocating saw that I think is a good feature that makes this tool worth the investment. So in summary, I think this is a very useful tool. It's a very good tool. It's a very good design. It's a solid construction, so I think dropping it a time or two will definitely not hurt it. It's got rubber in many spots, and then it's solid construction, so as the name says, super tough or hyper tough. It is tough built. It's compact compared to standard reciprocating saws. It's got a safety feature, so it doesn't trigger accidentally. To turn it on is easy. You just press on the brake or the lock button, and then you start. So you could start with slow speed and increase the speed as you need. It's got a little light to help with areas or job sites with low light. It's got a battery indicator, so you got a heads up before you start your job. The battery is easy to mount and dismount. You just press on the tabs, pull out, and then just press in until it clicks. Mounting the blade is very easy. You just place the blade in the little slot, press and turn counterclockwise the two tabs on the blade holder. Press on the blade down a little bit, and you can even do it with one hand. And then to dismount the blade, you just press and turn the two tabs counterclockwise and pull the tab. You can also do it with one hand, but two hands would make it a lot easier though. So overall, I think this is a thumbs up. It's a very practical tool. I think it's worth the investment. One last thing I forgot to mention is that the blades are not specific, so all blades have the same design. So when these blades wear out, you can just get a replacement. and with the standard blade, and it should fit just fine. So overall, I think this tool is worth the investment. I think you'd be happy with it. Um, so for me, this is a thumbs up tool. Thank you, Hypertough.